Hello.
Welcome to Tush Twins, and I'm trying to control these two. I get to these two cheeks.
They can never control us. So if there's no way, if you even think you can, no one could control us. In grade school, they couldn't control us. Right?
By the way, I've never heard on malcolmpresents.com, which
Right.
is a streaming internet station, which soon will take over the whole world.
That's right. Just like,
Pinky in
are
the
you the brain?
What are you
Pinky
doing
and-
tonight, brain? Trying to take over the world.
What you doing, brain?
Same thing we do every night.
But before,
Same thing we do every night. Try to take over the world.
did you ever see a movie called Donovan's Brain?
No.
It's an old
So
movie
Donovan's Reef.
with Lou Ayres,
Oh,
and it's about a scientist who or a doctor who takes a brain out of some evil guy and he stores it in his lab.
oh,
But the brain gradually takes control of everything.
sounds familiar.
That sounds familiar.
Well, something's going on. It's going on now.
Well,
Same thing.
Same
The
thing.
brain.
The brain.
It's gonna be called at the end. It's gonna be called Trump's brain. But anyway, guys,
Staying away from that. So I'll do the intro.
Max,
Yes,
do the
yes.
intro finally.
I'll
We're
do the
getting this
intro.
into the
It took
show,
a
dude.
while to get there.
They had-
No, I got to do the intro of the show.
That was our intro this time.
Is it? You want to say no more move over Lucy and
Yep.
Ethel?
We already did it. Move over,
We're
move
trying-
to the
we're-
vehicle.
Well, here come the Tush twins. And we're from Brooklyn originally, and now we're in different parts. And it's Max and Paula / Rusty / Redhead. And we're bringing you through our crazy years of life,
Mhm.
which is like 60 plus years at this point.
Wow.
So we're gonna
67.
just we did way back when this kids album, which we had mentioned before, and it was called Where Folks To. And the reason I'm bringing this up is because there's a song on that album called David's Birthday Party.
Mhm.
The problem is if we sing it, it's going to be all out of whack because Zoom is not
But that's okay. Sing it
singing
anyway.
even though it's out of whack.
That's out of whack because we're all out of whack.
Nothing out of wax in the
Well,
damn
why don't I
board.
do what you have the words? Because if I do
No, I
understand,
can't find it. You didn't
I
send it
sent
to
you
me.
the
It
link, you
wasn't.
ding dong,
When? I was looking for it.
earlier today at some point
Is-
in the afternoon.
If we
I didn't
can't
get it.
find
I
it,
was
let's
just
not
looking
sing
for
the
it.
words.
I will
Well,
find it. I know them. You
all
start,
right.
Max.
You want me to start? That
Yeah,
you
I
you
do my
come-
special. I'll do my. I'll do
No,
my
you
part.
gotta do, they put ketchup on their cookies, that part. Okay, so the first stanza is, they had jelly beans and mustard, they had frankfurters and jam, they put syrup on their pizza, they had
They
bubble
had
gum
bubble
and
gum and
ham,
ham.
they had ketchup. You next.
They had ketchup on their cookies. They had licorice and fish. They put fudge and mashed potatoes, which was David's favorite dish.
Grape juice and butter,
Cream and sardines,
lemon ice and tuna,
popcorn and beans.
greatest
Greatest
party ever
ever saw
seen.
till
Since
David's
David's friends began to turn a
turn
little
a
green.
little green.
What's the
It's
name
great.
of that song?
David's
Well,
birthday party.
It's called David's Birthday Party, and that's not even the whole song. And
But
we
at
got
the end of the song, he goes, his parents ask him, what would you like for your birthday? He goes, I would like a stomach pump.
because that's all, we didn't even get into the other stuff of it.
And who's David, pray tell? Anybody that you know?
There was something out
We
of
knew
the
what
brothers.
David, but they just they changed lyrics to songs, to different melodies.
Wasn't it
and we
Milt
did-
Kamen?
Milt Kamen was the guy
Milt
who,
Kamen.
yes,
Wrote- yes,
and
the
he
comedian.
had a brother, Bill
Yeah,
Kamen, I believe.
Kamen. Mhm.
And they worked on this little kid's, little probably 6-song, which would be an EP today. And it was a lot of fun. And I think, to tell you the truth, that if we had all the lyrics and all the stuff, we could probably change it to modernize it a bit. But I think kids would laugh, get a kick out of it. Hey,
I
if
think so too.
Rafi can do stuff, even though he's off. I don't know why now they have a baby shark. Baby shark, do,
Yeah,
do, 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 baby shark, do, 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 baby shark. I'm like, what? Now you don't want to go to the beach in Long Island because there's big sharks. Do, 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 do. It's like, but anyway, so we had birthday parties back in the day, and they were kind of different from what's going on today for sure. Because mostly we had at the kitchen table or the living room.
A living room with
And
a table put in the middle.
we're lucky to have cake and ice cream at the parties. And today
Mm.
you can get cake in a jar and the charcuterie board,
Charcuterie boards.
charcuterie boards. You can have parties with charcuterie boards because in the
Mhm.
in this COVID world right now, they're trying to keep kids safe. I guess there were a lot of Zoom birthday parties, you think? I don't
Or in
know.
the
I
last
think
2
there
years.
must have been a lot, yes.
In COVID, what could you possibly do? Get up and dance with your parents? Who wants to do that?
You have
Well,
COVID.
we used, well, our birthday parties, like my parents almost every year made it meatballs and spaghetti. We'd have twist contests and my mom would make a cake. My mom's cake was chocolate chip chiffon with our homemade whipped cream icing and little pearls all over and ballerinas all over the cake. Oh my God,
Wow.
I love that cake. And she'd do that every year on my birthday. That's the only time because she used 13 eggs and it was very expensive in those days. We couldn't afford it.
So,
My birthday cake was a store-bought cake, strawberry shortcake.
ooh, that's
That's
my
less.
husband's favorite
That was my
cake.
favorite cake. And to
Yes.
this day now, my wife makes me strawberry shortcake, homemade.
I'm coming over. Les is coming over. That's his favorite cake. I still have to get him for all things, Father's Day, birthdays, just anything. I have to get him a strawberry shortcake.
Strawberry shortcake.
But my mom would, she would, I think mostly it was like hot dogs, chips,
Mhm.
soda, and then we'd have cake and ice cream. She would make a cake, usually some sort, either devil's fruit or white angel
White
fruit or
cake.
something
Mhm.
with Kool-Aid icing.
Oh my
Kool-Aid.
God, my mouth is still Kool-Aid
I'm
at the
telling
best.
you, she used Kool-Aid with confection sugar, whatever she did. And then she
It was
put like little
delicious.
flowers on it. Believe me,
Mhm.
she made these cakes up for the tokens and on all the musicians that came to my house. It was
Yeah.
they would ask my mom for fried chicken and Kool-Aid cake.
Kool-Aid ice cream.
Yeah, this is, I saw it. You told me, you sent me an email earlier that Phil, your brother, was at Marv Albert's third birthday
Yes.
party.
Yes, I believe it was his third birthday. And apparently, as the rumor goes,
Oh God, I remember.
Marv went around biting all the kids. So Bill would always go, I was bit by Marv Albert. It was like, it's like, here we go to baby sharks. It's like, back
Marv
then,
Albert,
and of course, Marv Albert became a
He
famous
well, he wasn't Marv Albert then. He was
It's
Marvin
Marv
Alfred.
Alfricta.
Frick, and he had and his two brothers Steve and Al also went into the sports business, not their dad's
their kids and their
appetizers.
grandkids, all of them, and they're great broadcasters.
Yeah,
Hmm.
well,
But you mentioned, it's funny, you mentioned that Marv was into biting back then because he got involved with
You really know.
a few,
Okay.
but we won't talk about that. 'Cause
no, I'm
I
not
happen
gonna
to like Marv. I think he's, being a New Yorker, number one, he went to Lincoln High School.
He's an excellent sportscaster,
Yeah, he was an
Yes,
editor
he
of the
is.
Lincoln.
I don't know about his little shticks he
His
does,
personal
but
life.
the personal life, but professionally he was terrific.
Oh, he was.
I know-
I used to love him. Yes.
Yeah, right. Yes, he was,
Yes.
he retired.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure he retired.
He's
recently,
retired.
He
a
retired.
couple of
This is
years
the first
ago.
year he's
2 years
retired.
ago. Yeah. So, but anyway, so we would, at that point, if usually in terms of cakes, if we from scratch, I don't think they got the cake mixes, right? They got the cake mix
They
from
used
Betty
Duncan
Crocker or
Hines.
Pillsbury.
Betty Crocker,
My
yeah.
mom was
Duncan Hines.
Duncan Hines was it in my house. My mom would get it, and we would put the batter together, and we would love to eat the batter off you know,
Oh,
and then
yeah, this.
the mixer
I
had the
used to-
batter, we took it off and we used to take that off and lick it up and then,
Well, speaking about that, I think I told this story. My favorite part of I used to love chocolate pudding.
oh,
Yeah.
And the favorite part of the chocolate pudding is what's left over in the pot. When it
right,
becomes-
Oh,
and you
the
just
film.
take that
it becomes a
spoon and
film
you,
on the outside.
uh-huh,
Yeah.
yeah.
I never
sure.
I don't like strawberries and I don't like chocolate pudding. I don't
Oh,
like chocolate.
I love
really.
that, but I mean, my story
Oh,
goes,
I like chocolate.
I was
Chocolate
working,
pudding is good.
first year I worked up in a hotel up in the Catskills. And it was,
Rich Vaughn.
it's a fairly small hotel. And I
Oh.
remember when I got friendly with the chef, he made a batch of chocolate pudding in this big vat.
Oh, God, a
know,
vat of,
for
just
100
what you
people.
want, Paul, is about a vat of chocolate pudding
And he gave me.
with
you know, I talked to-
strawberries in it.
He gave me the vat with a little teaspoon. I almost
Nice.
crawled into it.
You're kidding. Oh, my God.
That was sort of like, you know,
That was it. That made your day, week, and year probably, right?
right. Well, I think, 60 years later, I'm still talking about it.
So, yeah, so it did stay in your brain. So, but, we had parties and most
Yes,
of the
we did.
time, it's ice cream and cake and kids, and it's usually like Briars or Seal Test or something, whatever was on sale.
Yes.
But we
Usually
played.
Briars.
Usually Briars, and I remember the Briars with the vanilla bean Briars. That
Yes,
seems
that's
to
the only
be-
one I liked.
And didn't have Carvel right off. The Carvel came later on, Carvel cakes, but they
Yes.
were popular. And whatever soda pop, again, it could be Coca-Cola, or it could be Hoffman's, or it could be something. We had the soda trucks and the
Usually-
seltzer trucks.
The seltzer,
Oh, yeah.
egg creams.
Yeah, but we didn't make that in the house, but we did have Hoffman's. We
Hoffman's,
did
right?
have Dr. Brown's.
Yeah.
That Coca-Cola. We weren't allowed Pepsi in our house because they were with the Russians. They sold to the Russians in those days. That was during COVID, during Cold War. So in Brighton Beach, mostly it was all Coca-Cola. And I remember as a child, we used to give away little toys. So in the little goodie bags, it'd be a thing of Jacks
Mm-hmm.
or the paddle with the ball.
Yeah,
I
Oh,
used to
yeah,
love
paddle
that one.
ball with the little rubber ball.
I
Yeah.
forgot what you called it. It bounces back.
Yeah.
Yes.
Was the bounce back paddle? I don't know.
Yeah.
And a lot of times, okay, so it was our friends, and mostly
Yes.
from the neighborhood, sometimes
Yes.
cousins or our siblings, our parents, and their parents, friends and kids. And a lot of times, I don't think my parents really did it too much, but I was reading this guy. He said the mother of the kid whose birthday it is was watching the kids mostly, and the other adults were in the living room, and they'd be smoking, and the smoke would just waft in. Kids are breathing in the smoke, and then the dad would go to the fridge and get the Schlitz or the Rheingold or the Miller or something, and they'd be drinking beers and smoking, and the kids, and then they let the kids outside and like, who cares? It's like,
They do the same thing now, except when they smoke, they're smoking dope.
yeah, well, hey.
Oh, nowadays,
Marijuana.
yeah.
It's a thing. It's a thing. So like in the 50s, and 60s, I guess too.
These early
what
60s.
were the toys? Because I remember Silly Putty.
Barbie dolls.
I remember Mr. Potato Head. I remember
Yes, we have
remember
potato, Mr.
Pickup
Yes.
Sticks. Pickup Sticks.
Oh, that was a big thing, pickup sticks. I love that game.
Pickup sticks were really you. And then I think boys got like the Tonka trucks, but we also got color form.
We got
Right.
a lot of
And
colors.
Well,
Oh my
As girls,
God.
did you get dolls?
Yeah, we got Barbie.
the
She just said
original
Barbie.
Barbies. I got the original Barbie, but Maxine and I destroyed them. Maxine and I
What
could be rich.
idiot? What were we thinking?
If you
Jesus,
had
what
that
idiot.
now, it could be worth a fortune.
That's
We
true.
had the original.
Well,
The
we
one I
the-
had, the blonde, the original, and the one
had
that
the
looked like a
original,
neck
we
with a
had-
cello.
Yeah, we had the
Did they
original
have a
Barbies.
Raggedy Ann? That was old already, right?
I had a Raggedy Ann
I think
doll.
I had a
No,
Raggedy on.
I had a Raggedy Ann and an
I
Andy.
had. What did I have, Paul?
She.
Catty
Hi,
cat.
my name is Catty Catty.
I love you. You would pull the string in the back, and she'd go, "I love you. Will you play with me?" And yeah, there's a story behind that too. But anyway,
That reminds me of an old girlfriend.
all those years
And
later,
I had a Patty Play Pal.
Patty Play Pal, and they had the tall ones.
Yeah, the
You know,
tall
the tall
patty
play pals?
That's what
Yeah,
I
the ones
got.
that
I
were
got
like
that.
almost as big as us.
My
I-
parents had to
I
put it
wouldn't.
on layaway for almost a year to pay this doll off so I can have it for my birthday.
Yeah,
Well,
I have a question for you, which you're thinking, when did we stop? At what age do you stop celebrating birthdays?
I don't stop.
I
I
don't
don't
think we ever
stop.
stopped because
I
when
never stop.
we got older, and then at that point we were playing music. We had pizza parties.
Lots of pizza
You know,
parties.
pizza parties
Christmas.
were a thing. We'd listen
But let's say
to.
when you're 30, 35. I know generally the new decade, everybody has a party, whether they're 20. Well, I think I know it goes up to 20, 21 because
Yeah,
it
I don't
became
think it really
legal,
goes.
and then 25.
No,
But
but
are
then
the
at that point,
26-year-old birthdays?
I mean, at
I mean,
that point,
aside
I
from a
was
few people.
taking. No, I think you know, the kids go out with their friends. I mean, and then you have family dinners. I don't think there's actual parties at that point.
Except maybe like a 30-year. I'm going 2 weeks from now to a 50th birthday to my brother-in-law.
Okay,
Well,
that's cool.
that's a big party. I
Yeah.
had a 50th birthday party my husband made for me, but it wasn't for me. My mom was sick. So he
Right.
invited the whole family for my 50th birthday.
I
And every
remember.
time the music came on loud, they would go, "Can you lower it? It's too loud." I go,
Uh,
"Oh God."
That's what happens
Well,
when you're 50, or the
well,
No, it was the Alta Conkers. They
right.
didn't want the music.
I turn in the parties for like going somewhere. Like I went for my 50th birthday, which is about the time we lost your mom.
Yeah.
I went I was hinting for months that, you know, Hawaii is the 50th state. I want to go to
Right.
Hawaii. Take me to Hawaii. I want to go. And I
you
know
get there?
yes, I went to Hawaii on my 50th birthday. And I sang on the plane, da 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 da,
That
happy
was the theme of
birthday,
my
da da
birthday.
da da, happy birthday, da 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 da.
Da,
So it was
da,
kind of cool
da.
to be able to do that. And
And it's Les's birthday's coming up, isn't it? Or did it come? Was it?
no, he's just
It's not till
yeah,
January.
yeah, we're trying to get him. Yeah, we want to get him to a beach or something. So
Dennis
we'll get
just turned 75 last week.
right.
Ah,
Right.
He
Mhm.
didn't want to party.
Yeah, I don't know people who want parties. They want to go away or do something.
Yeah, that's what I want to
Seems
do.
to be the thing. We should just go have a party. Just go somewhere. Make it a destination
yeah,
thing.
to just quiet and bring the dancing girls on, at least for
Yeah.
guys.
I don't know.
I'll take the
all
dancing
I
boys.
remember is Saul when we would go to Florida with the Stones and Saul would go to the 007.5 club. And my mom would tell me that he would take the menu. They were all topless. And he would look and he'd go to one of the girls, I need to see, and he'd take his, you know, they were smoking then. He would take a lighter and he'd light it up and he goes, I need to see the menu. And he would always look up and then would just crack up because he was, you know, the question, the
Dirty old man.
dirty old man. And all I can say is there was no subtlety involved. It was straight out. I'm
I
looking
can
at
see Saul right now.
looking
I can
at the
see his
boobs.
face
I
doing
know.
it.
I know. Me
That's
too. He did come out. They had a great time and then they go right into the water. I wonder why. Anyway.
I never
Why
liked.
did they go into the water ball? After the 007.5 club. Okay. I never kind of got that, but now I do. Okay. I don't know. So anyway, so parties, you know, I mean, now, I mean, what did you do with your kids, Malcolm, when they were little? I mean, what
Well,
did you
there
have?
were always different theme parties. You know,
Right,
like I think the first year was like a Disney party.
right,
And
right.
everything was all the paraphernalia, all the things for the parties and napkins, lights were all like Mickey Mouse.
Everything. I know they do
And
that
we had
now.
ears that we gave to the
Yeah.
kids.
Mhm.
And
We just
and
did-
each year at that age, it was something else, generally involved with Disney. You know,
Yeah.
Donald Duck party or something, or something to do with the movies. After a while, when we would get ideas from the different kids, because in the classes, everybody had parties, you know, as the kids went to elementary school.
Right.
Right.
And they had like I remember one party, like they had a guy with I don't know, with a guy or woman with snakes.
No, thanks.
You know,
No,
but they
But
would
they-
like a show to bring out the snakes, you know, like a big boa constrictor, and the kids would pet it, and
They
oh,
did that.
no.
Up here, they have a place called Teatown Preserve, and they have a guy, they have someone who has, you can have kids parties, you can have parties there, and they bring out different different wildlife, birds, and they do have a snake. And I remember my son telling me, wasn't thrilled about having a snake wrapped around him.
I don't like snakes. I
You know,
see
it's not-
snakes. I was like,
But
"Ooh,
they
I-
also,
run
yeah,
away.
you don't like
yeah,
the
no,
snakes.
one of my neighbors who had a fantastic, his yard was like a park. He had a horse there, and the kids would go horseback riding.
Oh, that's
Oh.
cool.
Riding it, you know, they would go in the circle, or they would have another year they had farm animals.
Right. Well, now they have, they sometimes they'll go to a farm and they'll have hay rides, and then they have now trampolines, and they go to gymnastics.
Oh, yeah, that was
places,
good. I used to like that with it. I didn't go on there, but the kids.
and
with the
and
trampolines,
one
they-
of the, yeah, it's and the
No, we
bounce,
didn't
the
have that.
bounce, the bouncy house, the bounce houses they have now, and they hire performers and magicians, and they have karaoke machines, and
We played hot potato. We played musical chairs. We played pin the tail on the donkey.
yep, right.
I think they still do that.
I don't
Yeah?
know.
I don't know.
That would be like somebody who wants to do like a retro party for their kid.
You know what,
It's like,
this year of my 60 blah, 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 birthday, I'm gonna have a kid's birthday party with pin the tail and the donkey and the whole thing.
why don't you bring a real ass? No.
I know plenty of them.
Me too. Let them line them at the door.
But I know the big thing for the
Excuse
kids.
me, President Trump, could you bend over?
I don't even use president and Trump in the same sentence
Well, it's
anymore.
all, no, well,
He who shall not be
Mr.
named.
Right, that's from the old Harry Potter. He who shall not be
Right.
named.
Right, exactly. That's the way. That's
But
the
over
way
here,
I do it.
at least in California, I don't know whether it's big in New York, the piñatas.
Yeah, that people.
we
use
had
piña-
those. You had
pi-
pinatas.
Yeah, yep. There was
You
so
had
there was-
pinatas.
We had a pinata, and we also, I mean, they also have ice, they have indoor ice skating, so they have ice skating parties. Any place. I mean, I'm sure now Legoland is for the younger
Oh my
ones.
God.
I mean, the new one that opened in New York is getting really good reviews from, the kiddos from 3 to like 8. It's like a perfect place for them and families. And my neighbor went, and my little neighbor he loved it so much. He thought he was going back the next day. He was like,
Aw.
he's adorable. So
All of those took money. I never really had money. I mean, basically, my party was, maybe some hot dogs, as you say, and
Right.
the strawberry shortcake, and a happy birthday. And we had like 4 or 5 people over with their families, mainly neighbors. The cousins didn't even come because we lived about, a half hour, an hour drive away from most of the family.
My
right,
cousins all came, Marcy and
Mhm.
Julie, because they're the same
Right.
age, basically.
right.
We had a lot. I had a party almost every year, and you did too. We had a
Mhm.
lot of them. I have
Yeah.
pictures somewhere. I have to find those pictures.
Yeah, I stopped. My wife made me a 50th birthday. I said, that's it. I don't want to.
Yeah.
I
I'm
don't
not,
want parties
I'm
anymore.
not really in with it. I'd rather go out or go somewhere.
I'd rather her take me to a nice dinner or get a
Yeah,
nice bottle of
Well,
wine.
that's what
That's what I did for Dennis.
that's what it seems to be now anyway. So it's just easier, but at this
I
point,
mean, as we get old, they say, "Oh, big deal, I'm 70. Oh, deal, I'm 80. Oh, big deal,
Right.
I'm 90."
big deal, I'm 100. You better have a giant freaking party for me, boys. and
I'm my
girls.
100th birthday. I'll invite all of you.
Thank you. I
Oh,
wanna-
your
I-
mouth's to God's ears.
We'll be there, Malcolm.
I'll go
and
for
I'll
that.
tell you
For
what,
your
'cause-
100th, I'm showing up.
yeah,
Me too.
And to be and my plans are now that I'm building the Malcolm Presents network, that
Mhm.
I'll have lots of money. I will fit the bill.
Okay. That's
As a
it.
matter of fact, maybe I'll get we can do a cruise.
Go to Hollywood.
Maybe I'll
Well,
fly
you
you.
lost the redhead on that. She don't do cruises.
You don't do cruises?
I'm not a fan.
I don't do cruises.
I'm
Yeah.
not-
I'll
I'm-
do river cruises. We're doing a cruise next July. We're going to the Nile.
I shouldn't figure out a cruise to Greece or.
No,
That's
if it,
really
Oh,
nice.
you'd be in the Mediterranean? Oh, no, 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 no. I'll wave from port to port. I'll fly, I'll wave.
How about Alaska?
I rather fly and go. Let my husband, Les will never go on a boat. He gets seasick. There's no chance of
Dennis
that.
loves boats. He loves
Oh.
cruises.
I don't mind, motorboats. I don't mind that cruise you did, where you went to, and was it France or
Bordeaux,
something?
Bordeaux.
Yeah.
That was, because you could
Something
see
like,
land on both sides. It's smooth.
right,
The restaurant, everything on board was
I'm
wonderful.
not, my wife loves cruises. I don't like cruises because I feel I'm stuck on a boat.
yeah, me too.
ship.
I can't, I need to, I'd rather fly and go to port.
Yeah.
That's what I would do, and not
That's
not
me,
into
not
the,
me.
just get me there and let me, go to the beach wherever I'm gonna go. I just, no. Cruises are not my thing, hate to say, but what do you do? There's nothing else you can do. So the kiddos today, I mean, during the pandemic, certain people were trying to figure out how to make their kids feel normal, because there really wasn't a normal. But apparently
No.
the kind of she crowd figured it out, because they had big houses and they had these big outdoor parties with all these themes. And one of it was they would have a superhero pod, and it would be like a tent, like a pod with the superhero logo on it. And each kid had their own little superhero pod, and they would be able to come out and they would have individualized birthday cake, individualized these charcuterie boards, whatever you're calling them. And
Charcuterie.
I don't know, charcuterie boards. That's the way.
Charcuterie.
Charcuterie boards.
Okay, could you say that together?
Charcuterie boards. I don't know.
And spell it out.
Yeah, it's charcuterie board. Cootery. Is it cutery? Whatever. Tomato.
It's a board with meat and cheese on
It's a
it.
board. It's a board with meat
It's a
and
meat and
cheese
cheese
on it.
platter. Call it what it is.
I
A
know,
meat and cheese
but
platter
they
with
they
stuff on it.
but they adapted it so that each kid could have one with their own separate stuff of like cake and other things, fruit and whatever else. I mean, no, I don't think there was any cheese, and there was no wine.
No wine.
No wine.
I wonder if they have virtual reality parties. I haven't been to a kids party in a long time.
I don't know. I assume there were Zoomy things going on, and I don't know how else you would have done it during the really bad. I mean,
Well,
not
you
that.
did a Zoom for me and my birthday last year.
Yeah, well, we did a Zoom for me.
Not for you.
Some at some point, but for less. But it was, I mean, it was good to see everybody, and we did open some wine and whatever we did. But it just, you want to be there with you, It's like,
I like to see people.
well, it's good to see people. Yeah,
I think eventually there's going to be books out. It's called The Zoom Era.
Oh,
absolutely.
without
We
a
don't see
doubt,
each other
there's
anymore.
definitely.
I don't think the
But
Zoom.
we
is
used to have,
not
do you remember
going.
doing the twist, Maxine, the twist contest at my
Yeah,
house?
yeah, and
Oh,
musical
that was
chairs.
fun.
Going
Yes.
around, it's whatever we did, we would do musical chairs, and we would do the twist, and because the twist was popular in the early 60s, that
60s, that was a big thing. We have a twist
well, the
contest
twist came out simultaneous to The Lion Sleeps Tonight,
tonight.
and the Tokens and Chubby Checker were nominated for Record of the Year that year, and the twist won.
Yeah, of
But
course.
because it was a sensation, and
And he's still not in the Hall of Fame.
no,
He's in
neither
the
are the
Hall of
Tokens.
Secret. Yeah, they're both in the Hall of
And
Secret.
Chubby
they're
Checker
not
or
even,
Phil?
apparently they're saying they're not even looking at artists in the 60s anymore. They're
They
not
just
even-
put Carole King in there or nominated her, and I'm shocked. I thought she
For
was
what?
in it already.
it
For
must
the
be
Rock and
for,
Roll Hall of Fame.
must be for something else though. I mean,
A
I
singer.
think she's in it.
Yeah, but are the
No.
Hall of
There's a
Fame's like-
She
writer's thing
wasn't.
now. No,
She wasn't. They said she wasn't. I was listening
Is
to
Carol,
the radio.
but was Carole King considered rock and roll?
In the early days, yeah.
of course.
Yeah, because
And then
hear these-
Tapestry album.
Well, I mean, her as an artist versus her as a writer of the songs of the 60s, of girl groups and all the you know, I mean, the music, her catalog is incredible.
Well, that's one of
know.
my favorite Tapestry is one of my favorite albums.
Me too. I wore
Mine
it out. I
too.
had to buy another one.
Yep.
That and James
That,
Taylor.
I'm thinking Bridge Over
Baby
Troubled
James.
Waters, the Simon and Garfunkel.
That was
Yeah.
69. That was every
Yeah.
Sweet 16 we used
I
to go
think-
to. They always played that. Oh my God.
It started to, yeah.
And
Yeah,
then
but
there's
that-
another, the band.
The
Take
best
a load
music,
off, Annie.
the best music, I think like late 60s,
67 to
you know,
71 was the
or
best
two.
music.
or 72. I think
Yeah,
I
but seven-
I throw,
Yeah,
yeah,
72.
Have you
Yeah.
guys listened to Bad Bunny?
Yes.
Listen
I
to his
heard-
music. I can understand, it's basically Spanish, but
Yes.
Oh yeah, I've seen
he
him.
has
He
such
was
a great beat.
he was
I
on
like Bad Bunny.
he was on
Saturday
SNL,
Night
right?
Live.
Yeah, he was on
Yeah.
SNL, right, right.
But I
Yeah,
hear,
he's good.
since I don't speak Spanish, my wife speaks Spanish, right?
Mm-hmm.
The lyrics are
Oh,
are
well,
very specific.
oh, okay.
I gotta
Well,
listen to it.
Very,
So-
this Bad Bunny, again, I like him. I love the beat. My wife is, like baking or cooking and she's listening
She's
to Bad
moving
Bunny and
around.
she's just moving. Anyway, guys, you realize we're at the end of
we'll
our,
have Bad Bunny. We can have a party with Bad Bunny. then
maybe we should have Bad Bunny as a guest.
Bunny.
Oh,
Excuse
yeah.
me.
What?
Excuse me. Here's a
He's the
Bad
only
Bunny.
bunny is we only
Ooh.
have
Here's a
there's
Bad
only one
Bunny.
bunny in this group.
Was
That's
she a
right.
Here's
bad
a-
bunny or she was
Here's
a
a
good
Bad
bunny?
Bunny. I
She
was
was
a bad. I was a good girl.
You were a good bunny, you liar.
I was a good bunny.
He was a good
I was a
bunny.
good girl.
Were you?
I was always
Or
good.
to say, when I'm
I
good,
was
I'm very good.
boring.
It's like Mae West. When I'm good, I'm very good. And when I'm bad,
I'm
I'm
bad.
bad.
I'm so
I'm
bad.
so bad.
Anyway, guys,
All
you have a
right.
good
Well,
week.
all right. You two.
See you next week.
Stay
Think of-
cool.
Think of what we want to think of. What we want to talk about. So it's like midsummer. The summer's almost over. It's
In the summer.
Oh, I have some good.
weather is hot.
Yeah, we should do what we used to do in the summertime, Max.
In
the
summertime, you got women on your mind.
Oh, I know what we used to do in August. Go look for frickin' gray shoes.
gray shoes.
See my fingers?
My best summers were in Fire Island. Anyway, guys,
All
thank
right.
you. We'll see each other next week.
Frickin' gray shoes.
Great.
Suede.
Gray gray
Well,
shoes.
we'll have to find out the secret of the gray shoes next week. Remember. Anyway,
No. That was
this is-
shopping for school stuff, I think. We went to A&S.
this is the
and-
Tush twins saying goodbye. I can't get them
Ciao.
to shut up.
Okay.
Name.
Speak to you next
Bye.
week on
Okay.
malcolmpresents.com. Bye.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Ciao.
Maine.